Welcome in Craft and Design 3.0. And for my dear audience, in this video I will describe some amazing and much beautiful ideas of fence, which is made by a wood, or which special made by a wood, or special made by metal. So my dear guys, a fence is a structure that encloses an area typically outdoor and is usually constructed from posts that are connected by boards, wire rails, or netting. So fence differs from a wall in not having a solid foundation along its whole length. So my dear guys, when we talk about alternative to fencing, include a ditch, sometime filled with water and forming a moat. So, my dear guys question me the types of fence also by function when we talk about agricultural fencing to keep livestock in, and predators out, and also blast fencing, a safety device that redirected the high energy exhaust from a jet engine, and sound barrier or acoustic fencing to reduce noise pollution, and crowd control barriers, special gating procedure I also. So privacy fencing to provide privacy and security. So some temporary fencing to provide safety, security, and to direct movement wherever temporary access control is required, especially on buildings and construction site. So perimeter fencing to prevent trespassing or theft, and to keep children and pets from wandering away. So decorative fencing to enhance the appearance of property, garden, or other landscaping. So boundary fencing to uh, demar- uh, demarcate a piece of real property, and nude fencing, amphibian fencing, drift fencing, or turtle fencing, a low fence of plastic sheeting or similar material to restrict movement of amphibians or reptiles. So some, my dear guys, as a pest exclusion fence and pet fence and underground fence for pet containment, pool fence and snow fence, and also school fence. So a balustrade or railing is a fence to prevent people from falling over an edge, most commonly found on a stairway, landing, or a balcony railing system. And balustrade are also used along roofs, bridges, cliffs, pits, and bodies of water also. So another aim of using fence is to limit the intrusions attempt into a property by malicious intruders. Since sport of these barriers, there are sophisticated technologies that can be applied on fence itself and strengthen the defense of territory, territory, reducing the risk. So the elements that reinforce the parameter protections are detectors, peripherals, alarm control unit, and means of deterrence, means of communicating information remotely, and also remote alarm receiving. So by construction, when we talk about brushwood fencing, fence made using wires on either side of brushwood to compact the brushwood materials together, and chain link fencing, wire fencing made of wires woven together, and close boarded fencing, strong and robust fence constructed from mortised post Aris rails and vertical feeder edge boards and expanding fence or trails. A folding structure made from wood or metal on the skisser like a pantograph principle, sometimes only as a temporary barriers or sun can fence and hedge including cactus fence and hedge rows of intertwined live shrubs and live fencing is the use of live woody species for fences and turf mounds in semi-arid grasslands such as the western United States or Russian steppes. So huddle fencing made from movable sections and pally fence are post and rail. So fence composed of pallies, vertical post embedded in the ground with their exposed end typically taper to shed water and prevent rot from moisture entering a end grain wood joined by horizontal rails, characteristically in two or three course. So the palisade, a stake wall made of vertical pals placed side by side with one end embedded in the ground and the other typically sharpened to provide different protections. Characteristically, two coats of wall are added on the interior side to reinforce the wall. So picket fence is generally a waist high painted, partially decorative fence and round pole fences similar to post and rail fencing but more closely spaced rails typical of Scandinavia and other areas rich in raw timber. So slate fence a type of palisade made of vertical slabs of slate wired together and commonly used in parts of Wales. So spillet rail fence made of timber often laid in a zigzag patterns, particularly in newly settled parts of the United States and Canada. So carry fence is named from Latin vaca cow for restraining cattle, made of thin slabs of stones placed upright, found in various places in the north of the UK where suitable stone is had, and vinyl fencing. So solid fences, including dry stone wall or rock fences, often agricultural. And stockade fence is a solid fence composed of contiguous or very closely spaced round or half round posts or stakes typically pointed at the top. So scaled down versions of a palisade wall made of logs, most commonly used for privacy. So as a wattle fencing of split branches woven between stakes and wire fence, smooth wire fence, barbed wire fence, and electric fence. It can be a different types. So, my dear guys, woven wire fencing, many designed from fine chicken wire to heavy mesh sheep fence or ring fence, which can be made in different point of view and in different woven project. So, my dear guys, I think that my video and my these ideas inspire you much, and if you're inspired, then subscribe my channel and like my video and share my video with your affectionate love. So, thank you very much, guys. Once again, thank you very much.